Welcome to today's daily cyber briefing. I'm Eliza Lee Austin, and you're probably still sleepy. So, a few interesting developments have happened over the weekend. Nothing, I'm sure, too shocking about this first one for Americans. So, Emotet has geared up for the US tax season. So, obviously, when there's a tax season, there's going to be a lot of phishing attempts and phishing exploitation of that time period, just like you get with Christmas. Except with Christmas, someone gives you some money in a card; they don't take it off you. So, those of you that all know what Emotet is, which I'm sure is pretty much everyone listening, you'll know that it's known to be distributed through phishing emails, and it's also known to be a malware that targets Microsoft heavy environments and exploits Office documents. So Microsoft turned off having macros enabled by default, which meant that attackers exploiting that as an infection vector have had to diversify. Fantastic. All businesses have to do it. Now what they're doing is, and this is quite an interesting but a predictable development, but still, cool nonetheless. What they've switched to doing is using Microsoft OneNote files and embedding scripts in there that install Emotet malware. So I think this is just a really good example of sort of looking at the behavior of a compromise and how that behavior can encapsulate various different indicators of compromise rather than concentrating on blocking specific indicators. So if you were looking for Emotet malware, you would, quite instinctively be looking at Office documents, whereas now they've shifted to OneNote files. So with embedded scripts, so that's something to look for. Definitely, and it's a good warning, and obviously the link will be in the comments section of this video. Okay, the next thing. This one, I absolutely love this attack. I think this is so awesome. Okay, so I've not heard of this before, but it totally makes sense. So this has been labelled the Near Ultrasound Inaudible Trojan, and its acronym is NUIT, NUIT. This is a silent attack which is launched against devices that are powered by voice assistants. So your Alexas, your dots, and then even like phones and stuff like that. So the microphones that are in smart devices can respond to near ultrasound waves that the human ear cannot, and this enables the attack to happen with, very minor chances of exposure, because you can't hear it and you don't really know that it's happening. So an attack can be launched on a smartphone by playing an audio file that causes the device to perform an action. Pretty cool, if you ask me. I'm really excited about this one. Obviously, no, it's not great, but it's super interesting. There's a video on the webpage that I'm gonna put in the comments section if you're on LinkedIn or Twitter. I suggest going and have a read of it. It's super cool. It's a university in the States that's the people in a class have come up with this and tested it out on numerous different devices, and it's worked. The example in the video that's on the webpage is a smart lock door being opened. Love it. I think it's absolutely brilliant. And it's one of those things that you just go, oh yes, of course. But like no one's done it until now. Fantastic. Give it a read. I thoroughly enjoyed that one this morning. I spent most of my time reading and looking into that, so that is probably why I don't know what I'm talking about and anything else that I mentioned. Sorry. Let's have a big gulp of coffee. So, by the way, if anyone listens to this and has a play around with that, let me know how it goes, because that's yeah, it's pretty cool. So the last, but by far not the least, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm sorry. Just my sentences don't make a sense. Exactly. I just proved that to myself. They don't make sense at this time of day. Honestly, I feel like I'm just talking to the abyss anyway. No one's listening, so it's absolutely fine to be a moron. So on Friday, Microsoft shared guidance to help customers with help customers find indicators of compromise for something that they'd patched on Patch Tuesday in March. So this particular problem is being tracked as CVE 2023-23397. It's got a super high CVSS score of 9.8, definitely being classed as a critical flaw. And this is a priv-esque vulnerability that exploits NTLM hashes, and it can create relay attacks, and pretty nasty one. I reckon this has already been spoken about. However, I did want to mention it anyway. So the vulnerability has been resolved by Microsoft as part of that Patch Tuesday that they did this month. But they have also confirmed that they believe Russian-based threat actors have weaponized this flaw and targeted government, transportation, energy, and military sectors across Europe. So if you haven't implemented that patch, do it now. I'll wait. I'm joking. I won't. I'm not that patient. But this is definitely a really nasty one. And there's a lot of different sectors they've listed there. So I'll repeat again: government, transportation, energy, military. So if you are working in any of those sectors, I would suggest maybe kind of push this patch through, because it's quite a Microsoft seem to have made a real point on this one in a way that they don't on the others. So yes. Okay, I'm going to shut up now. I'm going to go back to having another look at the near ultrasound inaudible Trojan attack. And I'm just going to pretend this never happened, and please, can we never talk about it again?